Hey everyone, welcome to the Neuro Spicy Mama. This is my cooking vlog. I'm autistic and ADHD, and when I have the energy to post to this channel, I do so. I'm hoping that your new year has started off well, and a new year tradition that I have is by starting off the new year with eating black-eyed peas and collard greens, something that's been a tradition in my family for a very long time. So today I'm going to make a very quick Instapot black-eyed pea soup. This is actually a dish that I started making for myself when I was in college, not on New Year's, just like a poor college student's diet. I did it on the stovetop back then. You can make this on the stove, but it's a very, very affordable and healthy and delicious soup. So let's get into it. So I already chopped up about a half of a onion and a couple of pieces of bacon, and I'm going to use canned black-eyed peas today. We're going to turn our Instapot onto saute. Add a little bit of olive oil or butter. We're going to have that bacon grease, but I just want a little bit to get it started. So just like a teaspoon or something. And I'm going to add in my onions and bacon. I started making this in college because I actually lived in the same college town that my grandma lived in. So I would often go to her house on weekends or after school. And she had a really big garden. And in her garden, she would have black-eyed peas and collard greens for two of the crops that she grew. And she would take the black-eyed peas and partially blanch them and then freeze them in Ziploc bags and give them to me. So because she par cooked them, they didn't take very long to reheat. It's kind of what we're doing with canned green beans. And then she would give me frozen collard greens where she did the same thing. She would blanch them so they were partially cooked, and then she would freeze them in a little bit of liquid. Where I live in the Pacific Northwest, it is really difficult to find collard greens or even dried, fresh black-eyed peas. So I pretty much have to use canned. Every once in a while, I'll see them in the stores, but they don't carry them very often. And so I also have to rely on frozen. And this wasn't even in my main grocery store. I had to go to a more health food store to get the collard greens. So these are very, very readily available in the South, not so much in the Pacific Northwest. You can also substitute other greens. I've done this with spinach. I would probably put that in the end because spinach is a little bit more delicate, or kale. But collard greens or mustard greens just have the right flavor for me because it's what I grew up with. Now, I'm just going to give the onions and bacon a few minutes to kind of start cooking, and then we'll be right back. Okay, so this is what they're looking like right now. They're a little bit softened, so we'll continue on. I would like to say, if you want to keep this vegetarian, obviously you can leave out the bacon. And then also in the past, I've just used diced ham if I didn't have bacon. I'm going to use squeezed garlic, but you can also use fresh. Dump in the whole can of peas, including the liquid. There's just a really interesting earthy flavor to black-eyed peas that is different than any other beans. I don't know exactly much about black-eyed peas, honestly. Okay. Now, I used to make this with rice quite often, but I am going to use couscous today, which is actually a type of pasta. I'm going to use about half a cup. If you're going to use rice, I would say about the same. Half a cup, maybe a fourth a cup. This will poof up quite a bit. Yeah, back in college, I always just used white rice. This is a 10-ounce bag of collard greens, and I'm probably just going to use about half of it. The other half I'll saute up with some bacon in a skillet one night and serve it as a side dish to some other meal. And then last, I'm going to add some chicken broth. Again, use vegetable broth if you want to keep it. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off of the saute, so then we'll add to cook. So probably use an entire quart of these, but this one was already in my fridge, was half empty. So that's why I'm using 2. Kind of just stir it all together. Add some salt and pepper. All right, we're going to put the lid on, and then we're going to pressure cook for 8 minutes because we need to get the couscous cooked. If I was doing rice, I would probably do 10 minutes. All right, we'll be back when this is ready to open. Okay, I like to put a towel over my Instapot to help release the steam. It just kind of dissipates it. Instapot recommends not doing that, but it's what I do. And then I've got a piece of toast going in my toaster oven with a sourdough with butter on it. All right, let's take off the lid and take a look at our soup. That's couscous. And then you've got the black-eyed peas down in there, the collard greens. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. All right. Ladle some up. Now, the one thing that I'm sad is that, oh, there's my toast. I usually top this with a very healthy dose of Parmesan cheese. I almost always have Parmesan cheese in my refrigerator. So I didn't look. I didn't look to see if I needed to add it to the grocery list this week, but I'm all out. So no cheese, but it's still going to be amazing, especially with the sourdough. All right, let's give it a taste. Hot. This is really good. I think I like the couscous more than even the rice. And the couscous is very soft, and the black-eyed peas still have a little bit of texture to them. And the collard greens are just like a really earthy green. They're not bitter in this application at all. Again, I love piling on a bunch of Parmesan cheese. It adds even more of a salty texture. But this is supposed to bring money and good luck and prosperity to the new year. So here we go. And I'm going to try this. Reed's All Natural Craft Ginger Beers, non-alcoholic. Oh, that's good. If you like ginger, this has an amazing ginger taste. Like a lot of ginger ales, the ginger is there, but this is like ginger is front and main ingredient. Anyway, Happy New Year, y'all.